Longest hour ever.
Yeah, that was the longest hour in life. Now, you're right. Vince had more tools and more ability than almost any shooting guard that ever played. Now, it didn't pan out to where he became where he was
Uh-huh.
able to play the shot guard. You think about if I wanted to be born with somebody's tools and gifts as a two guard, I might want to be born with what Vince had.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I want to be like Vince Carter, man. I ain't gonna, man. That was my guy,
Well,
man.
good luck. I hope you have some strip shoes and some steroids for your calves.
Yeah, I know. That's why. No, that's why I ended up switching to like, okay, I could be Iverson or Wade or something. I'm not. I'm just saying, if Vince Carter can jump so high, you can't jump
Man,
like that. You ain't gonna be Vince Carter.
it wasn't normal, man.
Yeah.
But now I was listening to it seems weird because we get into the age of where people move the goalposts based on who they're talking about. Like we watch the world just get infatuated with Kawhi Leonard from leading
Okay, no
one.
problem. I'll get the gate too. I think. Yeah, I get it. You don't have to get back out. I got you. No problem. Yeah,
Back here, I'm doing the gate.
it's fine.
I don't know what it is, but it's just too exciting.
You can go ahead, Deon. You can talk.
Oh, you good? No, that goalpost movement is crazy to me. It seems like people move it based on who they're talking about and who they like and don't like. But either there's a standard or there isn't.
Bill,
So
I'll
went to a
come back.
phase where Kawhi Leonard was like, "Oh yeah, Kawhi Leonard more clutch than Kobe." I remember that was a conversation on TV. I'm like, he led one playoff run. What are we even talking about? That don't make no sense. Then they tried to take away Golden State's or put an asterisk by Golden State's championship because somebody was hurt. But there is no asterisk by Kawhi Leonard's championship in Toronto. How does that make sense? One standard, man. One standard, if you're going to be honest. But it seems like people don't like the sport. They like a guy and they hate a guy. And they judge everything off who they like and who they dislike,
Right.
as opposed to actually sticking to a standard. It would be easier for you not to be hypocritical if you just picked the standard and judged everybody by that same standard. But if you look at the journey of a Kawhi, of a Steph, of all these different guys, man, they weren't. There was no guarantee they'd be here because of the path they took. They didn't have that pedigree like Magic and Bird and Isaiah and Mike and Shaq and Kareem and LeBron. Like
Uh-huh.
all those guys were
Because he
blue
did.
chip recruits from day one. Guys like Kawhi and Steph, and even a guy like Dame, they weren't guaranteed to get this spots. They had to work their behinds off, and at a lot of stages, people didn't even want them.
He seems all right, but he was making about.
For them to be here is even more amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a harder path. You know, even a guy like Kyrie was a blue chip from day one. That's why he went to Duke. Day one. That's why he played a piece of a season at Duke and then was the number one overall draft pick because they projected him to be great from day one. So guys like Steph and Kawhi, they reached that level, man. I think that's even more amazing to me. And that people don't even count that. They just I hate this guy because he hurt my guy's chance of being the GOAT, or I love this guy, so I'll never criticize him. One standard, man. Can we get there?
So what you think? So you like the article that was a nice article about Steph.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous that a guy who already had 3 championships and 2 MVPs, they were saying he had to solidify something. Based on what? Who's making these rules? Who established the goalposts? Who gets to move it around? Because
I just don't get
last,
it. Like
last I
two
checked,
MVPs is hard. Like that's easy to get. Wade don't have an MVP. Isaiah Thomas don't have an MVP. Kobe only
right?
has one.
Go look at the numbers of some of the guys who ended up with Finals MVP, and you can get Finals MVP just
Just by
because
having a good series. Yeah, just
you had a couple good games in a series.
yeah. Cedric Maxwell got MVP over. You can't tell me he better than Larry Bird.
Tony Parker got Finals MVP. Andre Iguodala has a Finals MVP. Let's keep it a buck. Hey, like, watch this. You know, you remember when Matt Kellerman wanted to keep on pushing the point that I take Andre Iguodala to shoot the last shot over Steph Curry. Do
Yeah.
y'all remember? Do y'all remember when Andre Iguodala was the number one guy in Philly?
Yep.
Would you say that
AC.
based off of the standards being equal? That means the defense focusing on you, we blitzing you, we double teaming you. Then would you say I want Andre Iguodala to shoot the last shot?
Yeah. Even when he
Because
was in Philly, he wasn't getting double teamed like that because he's not that guy like Steph is.
right, and he was in Denver too. Like let's not act like we don't know that he had a whole career of history to go by, and now you like, yeah, he made two shots. He made two big, like super duper clutch big moment shots. The one in the corner where KD fouled him. I'm sorry, I think he ended up hitting the free throws. I don't even think he made a shot. And another one somewhere else. And then they were just debating this on TV like it's a logical debate. It ain't.
To me, clutch is like I don't go by like percentage. I don't like. I think percentages just don't tell the whole story. Like, he shot 20%. Like, but you telling me so that mean you going by the numbers. That mean you would take somebody like I'm trying to see somebody that don't have the pressure on them like I don't know, somebody like I don't know, Corliss Williamson or something. They be like, he shot a higher percentage than Kobe in the clutch. Like, you take him, I take Kobe.
They don't have all things being equal. And this is another thing. What is clutch? Watch this.
Right.
If we're down, if we're